Okay, let's talk about banking. So, listen, for the most part, you really need to have a temporary residency card in Mexico to be able to do some banking. But let me tell you a little secret. There are a couple of banks here and there who will, finagle the documents just a little bit in a legal way. As long as, and before I even go into this, so Capital Bank, spelled with a K, will actually take folks that do not have a residency visa. They will take you on a tourist visa, and what you need to do is one of two things. You can submit a copy of your passport. Let's say you're not in town, but you want to get this going as soon as you come into Mexico. So here's what you do: you email a representative at Capital Bank and say, hey, I totally want to get a bank account. I'm going to be in town next week, because it does take them between 1 and 2 weeks to develop your contract. It just depends on how busy it is. And right now it's busy season, because during the winter it's much warmer, and so it's what's considered a busy season in Mexico and in San Miguel. So just so you know, a lot of what I'm talking about is out of the town of San Miguel. Each town could be a little bit different, but big towns usually have something like this. They should have a bank somewhere here and there. But let's talk about San Miguel. So, Capital Bank, capital with a K. I like to go to the one by City Market. There are a lot of English speakers, English service providers in City Market. And so, here's what you do: email them ahead of time or slide into the bank about a week or two before you actually need this bank account. Don't be in too much of a rush if you're doing it while you're here. Give them a copy of your passport. If you haven't gotten to San Miguel yet, it's just going to be your passport without the stamp, because you're not here yet. But if you're here, you'll have that visa stamp, or you'll have the visa paper. Present that to them. You need a utility bill, which could be a telephone landline, water bill, electric bill, gas bill, or your bank statement. So one of those things has to accompany the passport. And I think that's it. That's all you need. And there's a little form to fill out. And if you'd like a copy of that form, you could always email them and ask them to send you a copy. But if you want a copy, just message me. I'll give you a copy. I always keep one on hand for my clients, especially if they're in a rush. Because typically they do want to email before they come. If you do need help on the Mexican side, what I typically do is I'll physically go down to the bank and talk to my guy Francisco and say, hey Francisco, here's a name you should expect in your email. They are looking to put together a contract and open an account. When you show up to Mexico, you will have had your visa stamped, your passport stamped, I should say, or your visa paper, sure. So you want to bring that. You want to bring the original document that you're going to use for proof of address in the United States. So either it's a physical of your bank statement. What else is it? Oh yeah, your utility bills, the originals, the originals. And if you email in, make sure you scan it in color, because they need an actual copy of the original. They don't want a copy of a copy. They really want a scanned color original. So make sure you do it that way. Otherwise, they will not put those documents together, and they won't be ready to sign when you get into Mexico. I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, let me know. But how cool is it that you don't have to wait for your residency to get a bank account? Oh, one last thing. To activate the bank account, you will need $500 in the account. The one thing I have to work out is, I never asked this question, so I'll ask it, because no one really cares. but you might care. I don't know if you need 500. It's 10,000 pesos, which is on average 500. It's a little more than 500 now due to the currency exchange. It's not in our favor right now, but it will be later. Um, I don't know if that has to stay in the account, if that's like your minimum, and then you work from there, or if you can spend that after a certain period of time. So check in with me and I'll find out. Okay, guys,